What's up, everybody? I'm streaming some Madden 20 for the first time today, and I doubt anybody can even hear this until they watch it on the replay because I didn't announce it. I just went live, and I doubt anybody clicked this in like the 0.3 seconds necessary to actually see this part of the stream. But welcome anyway to Madden 20, everybody. It's here. In some capacity anyway. We got the early access, you know, game's got like 48 release days now. But what's up, everybody? Here to play some Madden today. Just want to kick back, play some games. I've been using some different teams and I want to continue playing with ones I have not used. So I'll be making a few new characters here, whatever, taking over coaches just to play with teams I haven't used yet. Maybe I'll play a game with the Bills. I like playing with lower rated quarterbacks. I find it to be a lot of fun just to see if there's a bit of a challenge there. Yeah, Mike Daniels signed in Detroit. Didn't see the Packers releasing him. I'm not sure where they're at financially, but they added a ton of defense this offseason, so it's not like the most surprising thing that could happen. But how you guys doing? Can you edit a draft class? I want to see how many superstar abilities you can have on players. I got you, okay? I got you. Let's do it right now. Frustrated running back. Hey, running backs are never going to be frustrated on my team. Can't I scout? Where's my scouting? Let me go back to the Vikings in owner mode and see exactly what happened there. Scouting's back, so let's just edit it. Oh, I didn't even choose a draft class or anything yet. I haven't taken a look at the draft classes. I've really just played games. Like my trial, it's only 10 hours, so I'm really just doing gameplay oriented stuff. And I'll be doing more as whenever I can get my hands on the full release. SportsFan98 sends the first super chat of the day. Sup Kane, just crying as who's hurt? Who is injured? I know you're a Giants fan. Let me go look for some info here. Oh, Corey Coleman. I remember seeing that now this morning. Sterling Shepard's hurt. Corey Coleman's hurt. Yeah, that sucks. There are a lot of injuries in training camp at this time of year. Harold Kaufman, for one of your franchises, I think it's finally time for the Jets. Also, should the Mets trade Thor? I don't know what the Mets should do, because no matter what the Mets try, it doesn't work. So I can't tell you if they should trade Syndergaard, but if they do, there's a team in Minnesota that you might want to get in contact with. Let's edit this stuff and take a look here. No, Marcus Golden got carted off? Are you kidding me? Did he? I just typed it in. I don't see anything yet. Also, rumors of a Golden Tate PED suspension. Man. Back-to-back breaker. Maybe one day. Not right now. So, when does this game officially come out? So, we're in the EA Access period right now. And then there's going to be, if you want to buy the most expensive version of the game, I believe you can play on the 30th. Otherwise, I believe the game comes out man, there's so many release dates. And then companies are deciding that they want to go Friday. I'll tell you why companies want to go from Tuesday to Friday, because then you can charge early access for Tuesday and it's all in the same week. Can you do a Bucks franchise on your main channel? I'm not taking requests for teams. The Bucks are in consideration. There are a lot of teams though this year that would be great for franchise, and I'll be making a video for you guys going through 5 teams for different reasons and why they'd be great for franchise depending on what you want to do. But let's try to edit here, obviously with the new player traits and everything. I wanted to see what we could do here as far as giving X Factors to rookies. That was a suggestion here that I liked a lot. I'm not going to spend too much time doing this. I only have 5 hours left on my trial, so I want to have it mostly be gameplay oriented. Where do they have the traits for that hidden? Because I already made this player a Superstar X Factor. I don't see anything here. I don't know how that stuff works. It might be a kind of thing where I have to get into franchise where I have a bit more time to just do this little intricate detailed stuff, but I only have 5 hours left on this deal, so I'd like to just focus on gameplay unless it's really quick. Is there anything you guys want to see quickly here at this menu? Franchise, from what I've seen so far, hasn't changed much. That's kind of the story of my life, but there are some subtleties I'm sure we'll see in terms of regression and contracts and that kind of thing. A lot of things that we care about, but on the surface, very similar. Got a super chat here. Been a fan since UTSA. Can't wait for this year. Yeah, UTSA, those days were awesome. I actually thought about if I could take a quarterback from that series to do face of the franchise, like have him transfer to like Texas or Texas Tech. But after looking a bit into face of the franchise, I don't know. It just seems like a couple hours and then it gets into generic player franchise. And while it might be fun to play, it's like very uninteresting to me at that point. I'm ready to play some football though. I need to figure out which difficulty to play this on. What do you guys want to see? You want to see default all pro or default all Madden? You make the call. How do you feel with Odell to the Browns? I think it's exciting. I'm looking forward to what the Browns can do this year, but they are very young. They do have a first-year inexperienced head coach, so, you know, you can't guarantee success just based on paper. All right, I see more All-Pros than All-Maddens, so you guys are going to get that here to start. On a good slider set, I know All-Pro can be fun. It's tough, but it can be done. Let me know how the audio is, too. This game's audio balance is a little bit different than Madden 19. It would be cool if you could use your quarterback in MUT. Now, there's an interesting idea. Seeing as how quarterbacks in Ultimate Team, you're just going to go for the highest overall dual threat anyway. Why not be able to make yourself face of the franchise, go into Ultimate Team, and earn like up to a 90 overall or 85 overall off the bat? That'd be cool. I think that would get a lot of MUT players interested, or maybe it would deter them because nobody would have an NFL quarterback. I don't know. I thought it was a cool idea. Yeah, that Lions interior is super nice, for sure. This is quiet. Probably because it was muted on my end. Let's play some ball. I've played a handful of games, and most are on my channel. I have another one coming up either later tonight or tomorrow afternoon. But there are some good positives to take away so far. Kickoff being one of them, as the CPU is better at being the ball carrier this year. Let me know how the audio is. If it needs to be louder or quieter or anything. Right now what I want to see is the CPU throw a little bit less of these dump-offs. Sometimes it's where the play's designed, but I'd like to see them air it out a little bit. Warm up the arm and let it rip. Yeah, there are a lot of teams I'm considering. I don't want to get too specific with them just because, well, there's still a lot. And plus, everybody has input on it. But there are many teams this year that I think would be good, whether it be for quarterback issues or just really tough competition in the divisions around them. And there are some teams also who are more in the middle of the pack that would be fun to take up a notch. But forcing checkdowns here and a quick 3-and-out to open. Audio's great. Turn up the mic. I mean, the mic, I can't really do much with the mic because I have my mic settings in a certain way for quality purposes. And if I mess with that to increase volume, then the quality is going to go down. And I really like the settings I have with this mic. Shout out to Blackjack for helping me with that like 6 years ago. Redo the Dolphins franchise, please. I'm considering a lot of teams. I'm obviously doing a rebuild franchise on the second channel. I'd like to bring a traditional franchise to the main channel. Still way too early to say if that's going to happen. I'm going to try, and if I get good sliders, and there's no like game-breaking bugs, I am not downloading patches until I have played them on a separate system and I can get settings right. I'm done having sliders dictate what I want to post on the channel. So either I'm going to make this work or not. And if I get it to work, we're going to keep it that way. Do you like the gameplay so far? I definitely like a lot of it. I think there's still AI that's holding back like the CPU, and it's disappointing because I'm a user versus CPU player. I don't really care about playing online anymore. I'm kind of done with that phase of me playing Madden. I just want to play good games against the CPU, and I don't have to mess with sliders to do it on 2K, don't have to mess with sliders to do it on MLB. But obviously on Madden, it's always a lot more difficult, and it's always been that way. And NCAA too, although I think default Heisman on NCAA was actually really good. I played default for a long time, actually, with it. Like the first year or two of the Gophers Dynasty. I do like the running game a lot. If you haven't played, the player movement is much smoother. It's actually a big leap forward from Madden 19. It's probably the biggest leap forward in the game overall. The running game feels nice. Ooh, wasn't counting on the jam there. I think that the RPOs were implemented pretty well from what I've seen. I enjoy running them. Got some inaccuracy here from Josh Allen. We had a wide open player. We'll punt it back to Miami. How's the linebacker and safety play? That's something I'll probably pay more attention to here. Like, I have noticed the safety play, from what I've seen, the plays where they've stood out, it's been for bad reasons. And it's deep zones playing way too soft. Cover 2, for instance. Like, I got a play in either my first impressions video or something I played for the channel yesterday. It was a play where there was a deep safety with a deep half of the field, but there was only one player even close to his zone, and he just kept backpedaling away and away, much like we see right here with Ryan Fitzpatrick. They've definitely tweaked the quarterback AI in this category, but it's still not good enough. Like before, you'd see them kind of drift back at an angle. Now we see them do this move, and it happens quite a bit. Like, you shouldn't do more than one of these on a given play. If you have to do 2, there's a problem, and you got to run, get rid of the football. But instead, he takes the safety. How come we can't get a block on safety punt, though? There's always like 10 guys ready to make the tackle. When is Cards Off Season video coming? I'll be recording that tomorrow, so likely tomorrow, I'd say. Just obviously focusing a lot on Madden 20 while it's brand new and here. But who knows? I might run out of my trial time. I could always do a trial on the Xbox too and have 20 hours time. That would help out pretty nicely. Face masks I've seen be pretty common thus far. Can we still not control a defensive player when on defense? What do you mean exactly there? I mean, with users, a lot of it has been nerfed this year. Give me that. as far as like how much ground you can cover as the middle linebacker. Otherwise, I'm not sure what else is different there. Yeah, the pass trajectories are a lot better. It's easier to throw touch passes and have them be away from defenders over the middle, like if you want to throw it over a linebacker. And I can try calling some plays that'll highlight that. It's just I have to relearn some things here because I, have my plays I like to call and ways I like to run them, and then when they make changes, gotta like relearn and retrain myself. But can't ignore wide open receivers in the end zone out here. I want to take a look at this. They're calling so many blitzes too. Yeah, pretty easy win there. You don't want to see them get so much separation, and Rashad Jones is a good safety. This is all pro default, and I haven't even messed with sliders, and I won't until people that know more about sliders start making their changes. I'll be taking a look at what's made over at the Operation Sports forums. I'm not too worried about it right now. Just want to see areas where the game is improved, areas where it's still weak, so I know when I start looking at sliders myself that I kind of know what I want to do with them. I'll play the next game on All Madden. Thanks for coming for a little while, Connor. I appreciate it. Play the Pro Bowl. Yep, the Pro Bowl's back. They are hyping that up quite a bit, although it's not really a huge addition. It's just one of those things that it was like, why is this gone in the first place? We have not had a Pro Bowl, by the way, since Madden 12. And I remember in my Vikings franchise, I played the Pro Bowl at least once. I know that. Let's see what the Dolphins attempt here on 3rd and 6. I'll actually, on one of these plays, ooh, what happened with me there? That's very close to the sticks for Kalen Ballage, and it's a first down. I don't normally use her against the CPU, so I haven't really gotten a great feel for it. But you're not going to be able to cover as much ground as you would in the past. That's a big thing, so that'll open up a lot of routes over the middle, and it'll definitely force people to adapt, especially for the online game. There's a stretch. Ooh, got an opening there. That's one area that's definitely gotten better when the blocking is there. The running back AI is significantly improved this year, and it was bad the last couple years, especially with real player movement in 19 last year right off the bat. But here's Kenyan Drake, and normally in like 19, all these blockers would actually be to the CPU's detriment because there's just extra obstacles in the way getting through players. But good angle here, attacking the hole and turning this into a good gain like a user would. Why are the tags NCAA? I must have my template for NCAA here. Let's do hashtag Madden 20 instead. How about that? Last thing I streamed here was Kalispell practice. Yep, I'm playing the 10-hour trial. I'm about halfway through it. But I also have Xbox One, so if I need to, I'll get a trial on there too. Not sure if I'll do a fantasy draft franchise here in the early goings just to have something to stream. I might. Depends how good the gameplay is. There they go, Devontae Parker. I actually got impressed coverage that time, and they get the big play. So let's take a look here at how he won on the outside. I don't normally press a ton, and this is a really good corner in Tre'Davious White. And, yep, just loses. I looked there to see if there was actually an animation and an interaction, or if it's just like a player running past another. So no, that was more just like an unlucky ratings loss there for Tre'Davious White as Parker gets the score. Nope, no slider testing. I don't do it the first few days because I know there's probably going to be a day one patch coming soon, and then we'll get into it. This is not Face of the Franchise here. I'm just playing regular franchise mode.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Let's try a fullback dive here. It's also fun to see if plays like this are like automatic or how they handle from year to year. Sneaks, screens, fullback dives usually have a little bit of difference year over year. See, they still have that pause there. I don't like that on this play. Spot combinations here, I like it as a pass concept, but why is the primary target standing still for a good half second? Maybe even more than a half second. Third and 2. Caught it. Nicely done, Cole Beasley. Thank you very much for the super chat. Oh man, I don't want to mess up your name. Let me pause it quick. What's your biggest issue with the game so far? Can't wait for the new franchises. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much for the super chat, Guilherme. Hope I'm saying that correctly. You can correct me. And if I ever do mispronounce something, let me know, because like that's a big thing for me, is pronouncing things properly. But I think my biggest issue is still just AI. Seeing, you know, the way CPU quarterbacks like to check the ball down over and over again. Like, there's a lot of really good improvements on the gameplay front, but if the AI can't take advantage of them, you're not going to see them as often. So they make improvements, but those improvements can't shine unless the CPU can also do them. In this case, I'm not an online guy. I play against the CPU pretty much specifically, exclusively. And AI is always going to be something I hammer home because it's one of the most important areas of the game to me. I don't care to play online. Yeah, I'll still be posting Kalispell. I will probably be recording that tonight. Oh, I shouldn't have done that, but Cole Beasley's there. And then Twins franchise, now we've made it to the postseason, and those episodes do take a bit more time, so I'll try my best to keep everything going here. Whenever the new game drops, it's tough, but we'll get there. RPO right there. Flag down. It's not going to be an eligible downfield, though, I don't believe. It wasn't quick enough. When's the next haircut? I hope tonight. I hope sometime soon for sure. Got a holding call. Let's block Yeldon. Now, do any of you know, is there still the matchup stick and everything? Because now the right stick is like showing me where the superstars are, all the X Factor players, but what about the matchup stick? Oh, ID the mic is still here. Okay. How about just the matchups? There it is. Okay, I couldn't find it earlier. I thought it was removed. Uh-oh. Up top. And uh-oh. Lucky. Can you run your favorite RPO play, the one you posted on Twitter? If it's in this playbook. I know it's with the Colts. And, like, I could run this play pretty much exclusively if I wanted to. It might not be in this playbook, though. And it's not. Maybe I'll play a game with the Colts again just so I can show you that RPO, because it might be the best play in the game. Screen. Oh, why did I call that with 4 seconds left? I didn't even look at the clock. Basically, it's an RPO that has your run option and 3 viable pass options. And you can read the defense pre-snap and see which one's your favorites. It's got an option vertical on the outside. Your outside receiver will run either a curl or a streak. Your tight end runs a vertical. And on the other side, you have a bubble screen. It is the most versatile play I've ever seen in Madden. And it's a play that used to be in the game just as play action, but now it's RPO. It's really good. I've been throwing a lot of these screens and RPOs because screens are a big part of the NFL, but they've sucked in Madden for a long time. So I want to see how viable they are. And you'll notice you get a very, in many cases, a quicker release and better blocking. But there are still some plays that are going to work better than others. And you'll still want to do pre-snap reads for a lot of them. Or call an RPO. Don't commit to the bubble screen. Call an RPO so if the screen isn't open, you at least have something to do. Ooh, barely got that there in time. If you didn't like Franchise last year, you might not like Franchise this year. There aren't a ton of changes. Scenarios are nice. Some contract changes. Some stuff with the draft classes. But scouting is still the same. Pre-game prep is the same for the most part. Nothing overhauled. What do you think about the hidden potential for players? Thank you for the super chat, Ridge. I think that having stuff like that hidden for a certain amount of time is really good. And it makes you, I don't know, I think when you just boil everything in the game down to numbers and values, it will suck the fun out of it. So I think when you give yourself a chance to get attached to players and don't know everything to the perfect number and exacts, I think it's a really good thing. And I think that they're testing the waters this year to maybe do more with it in the future, like they do in NHL. So I'm a fan, but I think it's a little light this year. I wouldn't mind hiding more stuff and make you find out more by watching them play and not just analyticing your way to the top, if that's a decent way to put it. I don't know. I like not just boiling everybody down to a couple ratings. I know they're going to be introducing fifth-year options and an update. That'll be a nice addition. But yeah, very light on franchise upgrades for sure. Bad bro. Yeah, like the hidden potential is on players who have superstar or superstar X factor. So it's going to be on a really good player regardless. It's not like this player might be really good or he might just be decent. Like, you don't have to be an X factor to be a big time player. What's your favorite X factor? I don't think I have one quite yet. Cam has one called Freight Train, where it makes it so like the next encounter he's in has a high break tackle chance, and that could be really useful. That's intercepted through a right to Tre'Davious White, and I'm taking this one all the way. Not before celebrating that. That was close. Oh, we got Not the Expert in here. How you liking Madden 20 so far, Drew? How you doing? I'm doing well over here. What's the difference between Superstar Edition and the standard version? I'm pretty sure it's just like Ultimate Team stuff. Getting coins, packs, that kind of thing. They've been doing that for a long time. And the really expensive version gives you early access. Which to me, in my head, it's just... That's not early access. That's the release date. The rest of everybody paying $60 are paying for the late version, not the on-time version.
Let's go.
It's not like early access is like exclusive. The only thing separating you between early access and not is a little bit of money. So really, it's late access and then release day. To be honest, I'm struggling with some versus CPU gameplay. The blocking and some catching animations are a bit off sometimes. Yeah, I'm having some trouble with some coverage, specifically zones. Either the deep zones are awful, or the coverage is so good it forces the CPU to check it down all the time, like they do here. Like if you call cover 3 match, cover 3 sky, and just chill, what's the CPU gonna do? Yep, saw Mike Daniels sign a little bit before the stream began. I thought he'd be going somewhere else, a more obvious Super Bowl contender, but maybe 2 games against the Packers each year is what he was looking for. How do you throw a touch pass this year? The touch pass, you can throw that, like, the buttons here. This is a bullet pass. Basically, there's a difference between tapping the button, holding the button, and then in between. And it's that in between you've got to use for touch. And I'll try to show you better on our next possession. There's the int we've been waiting for. Hey, it wasn't my fault. Not exactly my fault. Third and short. That's close. A lot of these team tackles look pretty good. I don't know. I've seen some different impressions. Some people don't like the tackles at all. I think most of the ones I've seen have been pretty good. A lot of people think that the coverage is really good. I think it's still lacking in a lot of areas. All depends. I'm playing all Madden after this, though. Think you'll try all Madden or all Pro? Well, I'm going to try all Pro because if I can make it work, then I want to go with that. But if all Madden is a necessity, well, I'll go with it. But I very much prefer all Pro when you can get it right. But can we get there? That was a bad read. Oh yeah, touch passes. What's something that a touch pass would work nicely on? A dig route for sure. Or this deep crossing pattern, but they're going to bring some heat here, it looks like. Let's try one of these. Or not. Nate Orchard. Kind of forgot about him. I want to show you some of these trajectories, though, because they have gotten a lot better. There's a touch pass. So, I didn't just tap the button. I didn't hold it for like 2 seconds. I hold it a little bit longer than a tap. That's maybe the easiest way to put it. I'm not sure if there is a specific button to modify because they change stuff every year and I haven't gotten a skills trainer yet. But this is an example of a touch pass. Wait a minute. Was that incomplete? I thought he caught it. Is this a catch? This is pretty cool because he has it up until the helmet knocks it free. That's really good. That's where Madden has gotten a lot better. And that was incomplete, as it should have been. What's the biggest difference you notice right away? Player movement, without a doubt. The way from the opening kick, just handling the kick return for the first time, I could tell the player movement was really smooth. Like, if you enjoy running the ball, and that's your offense, run first, it's probably a good Madden for you with the player movement, the blocking. I think the blocking's actually been pretty good for the running game. I've had the fullback lead me all the way to the safety for a touchdown on a stretch. Some really good stuff there. And then combined with RPOs, it's good stuff. Gun empty ace. Oh yeah, this is a 2 tight end look. I'm going to switch up my defense because it's so boring to watch them just check it down underneath against my cover 3. But now they're going to check it down against my cover 2, so what's the difference? Probably not doing a QB1 series because the interesting parts are short and they're all right away. And there's already going to be, you know, a million of those on YouTube, so it's not exactly special. Ooh. Oh, man. So close. I'm like cheering for the CPU to do good things. Bring in the pressure. Force the bad throw. Flag down. That was quick. Holding. No, I don't have unlimited hours. I have about 4.5 right now. Yeah, is Super Mega Baseball 2 on the Switch pretty good? I think that's a great system for it to be on. Now, what happened there? Cole Beasley can run a route. But cornerback should not be stopping there. So that was a cover 3. When does the ball leave Allen's hand? Yeah. A little sloppy. I hope to see new commentators for 21. I highly doubt it. Highly doubt it. They can build upon all the audio they have recorded the past few years by staying with the same team. Like, when the commentary is done right, and I never listen to it, you know, that's a huge advantage, being able to have 10 years perhaps with like Vasgersian in MLB games. Is he still a commentator? Like, I haven't listened to the commentary in there. I wouldn't know. I do not have a black eye. I just look like this. I always look tired. I sleep. I sleep more now than I did when I was younger. 3rd and 8. Up top for Beasley. Oh my! Cole Beasley brings it down for the touchdown. How come there are so many number 0 jerseys in the stands? The Bills aren't that bad. You can get someone's jersey. Ooh. Oh, he still is cool. It's a Super Bowl wins shirt. Oh my. Where can I get one of those? At least the Twins got some titles. Granted, they were before I was born, but they have titles. I can't prove it. I wasn't alive to see it. But history tells me they won. Hard to believe, given the state they play in. Uh-oh. Cashews emoji? There's a cashews emoji. Those that are channel members have access to a few emojis. I need to create a few more. Tremaine Edmonds. Oh, he launches one now. Finally, and it's picked off in double coverage. Jordan Poyer. All right. All right, so I think we've experienced this game then. I only have so much time left on my trial. I want to get to the next game now. Transparent bottle is needed. How's it looking today? I love it. New member, thank you for becoming a member. Guillerme, it didn't say if I pronounced that right or wrong, or I didn't see it. If so, I wish I could see more messages at a time. I can see about 6. How old are you, Kane? 26. Yeah, when the CPU can't get the ball out on time, Luke, the AI is really lacking. They don't know how to extend the play properly. They don't know when to scramble all the time, when they should throw it away. But there's never a time to run back 12 yards and just get sacked. Maybe 4th and 30, last play of the game is okay. Just call me Bill. Bill it is. Vader, thank you for becoming a member. And anybody that is a member or decides to become a member, tomorrow is the channel member live stream. Every month I do a live stream with the members, and I do kind of a, I don't know what you'd call it. It is a lot of chill talk. Sometimes we just talk about games or sports, but I do also give you some thoughts I have on things for the channel and where things are at and things I'm considering. Like last time, I know I showed a lot of the Sacramento Miners work that I had done for that franchise I never launched. I showed them what I had there. You don't have to become a channel member, of course. It's just a way of supporting the channel. You do get some early links to videos on occasion. You do get to watch the channel member live stream every month. And July's is tomorrow at 2 o'clock. So, Central, by the way. So just keep that in mind. I know a couple of you just became members. We Minnesotans have to stick together, right? We don't got anybody else, so we better. Surrounded by teams that have actually won. I'm taking the Colts this time because I'm going to show you RPO City. And we're going to go, I want to go against Pittsburgh instead. See better quarterback in Big Ben and the AI that comes with it. Baka, thank you for the super chat. Binge watching Kalispell at the end of season 8. Oh, you got a little bit to go then. Got a little bit to go. Hope you're enjoying it. Taylor Bennett has a comment about your victory. Let's check this out then. So, okay. They've had some of this, these media things in the game before. Just wanted to congratulate you on the victory, coach. You know, the season has been a little bumpy to this point. I think they just threw what was normally the media thing and just had it there. I didn't even get to respond. There was no effect. So let's talk about how we want to go after Ben Roethlisberger. We are going to slow him down. What is the difference between slow him down and neutralize him? I know the goal can change, but like in a football way, what does that mean? You want to see some scouting? Aaron, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. You sent 2 actually. Are you doing franchise this year? I hope so. I really want to get you guys a franchise this year. I know Madden 19 was not a good year for me on this channel, and I didn't even get to, I got you guys' hopes up too much and didn't deliver, so I really want to get you guys something good. Do you believe that sports teams can be cursed? I don't think they can be cursed. I just think that players can buy in to the lack of success and have it alter their mental state. Possibly. I think that fans' negativity can rub off on the players if they pay too much attention to it. Mike got a sync? Yeah, I'll be continuing Surf. I'll be playing that one for a while, I assume. Allow me to hopefully sync everything up. Is it all right? What rookies do you think will go off this year on offense? N'Keal Harry's a good option. I'd be looking down in Arizona. Obviously, they're going to run a lot of wide open stuff. I mean, they showed their first team offense apparently has 4 receivers. So I think when you look at the Cardinals, they could have a lot of rookie impact there. I'm trying to refresh my memory on who they got this offseason. There were some players I liked in there. I need to get my stuff prepared for fantasy football and everything. Best balls and all that good stuff. Oh, yeah, they got Kevin White. Forgot about that. More so, though, want to see what Andy Isabella can do. And Hakeem Butler. That's my guy, Hakeem Butler. Max Williams is there. It's a good time to also go through. Like, Madden's really helpful for reminding you what veterans have changed teams. Like, I forgot C.J. Anderson was even a Lion. So I'm scouting. I want to scout power backs because I just want to see if there's anything different this year. Are all the power backs 225 plus pounds? Do they have different skill sets? Like, we're used to break tackle, stiff arm, that kind of thing. But how about a power back that has good elusiveness or a juke? Hey, what's that star next to his name mean? Rashawn Meeks. Star. Kendricks doesn't have that star. Wait, that means he's on my board. Never mind. Scouting looks about the same. I'm used to it, but wish there was more to it. Let's play some football. I changed to all Madden, right? Yep. Should be a little bit tougher now. That's okay. I got the RPOs on my side. 2K scouting is way better. Yeah, 2K's got like college stats. They have the numbers on drills for the combine. Like, I've actually played 2K now because like Madden 20 or Madden 19 was a down year for me, so I took some extra time to get to know 2K, so I can actually comment on some stuff from there now. I have a San Diego Surf expansion My League series on my second channel. Definitely check it out if basketball content from me interests you one bit. It's been really fun watching me rebuild a team and the chat like build me into someone who can play the game. Nate Bell, yes, it requires no context. Nate Bell is the GOAT. This is the 10-hour trial. Hey, I used my 2 free super chats, LOL, but is this the 10-hour trial? Yep, that's what I'm playing right now on PlayStation 4 EA Access. Sports Fan 98. Someone told me that in the trial letter grades on the scouting may not be true. I don't know if it was a glitch. I haven't gotten to a draft yet, so I'm not sure. Next surf video soon. Yeah, I think I'll have it recorded by over the weekend sometime. All right, so we have Colts and Steelers now. That didn't look like a very good kick return, though. That looked like a Madden 19 return. Deion Kane or Paris Campbell. I like Kane a lot. I think Kane was drafted last year and got hurt, correct? Playing man coverage now, by the way, and that's open outside. See, my whole thing is I want the computer to force me to switch things up and not get so comfortable. Like, I like to call cover 3 sky. It's my defense, and there are ways to beat it. But I'm waiting for the CPU to show me how they can do it. Now, when I was obviously doing a lot of testing in Madden 19, and I was playing with, like, the really bad teams, like, I made my own teams that had backup caliber players. I got to the point where I couldn't just sit in cover 3 because they would be able to hit big plays and it wasn't good enough. And I'm waiting to see that now. Because ideally, I wouldn't even be calling man coverage very often. All depends on what's working and getting to feel out the game, and hopefully it's a different feel from game to game as Big Ben's already in the zone. What is his ability? I know I already took him out of it with that. Haskins or Murray? Ugh. Man, that's tough. Highlights the first open receiver while in the pocket. I have the same one with Andrew Luck. The thing with Murray is that he's with Kingsbury in an offense like built for him. Like, I liked Haskins more as a prospect, but Murray's situation can't be ignored. Nice. Give me Haskins early on because regardless of if Kingsbury and the scheme is there and everything, still got to deal with that offensive line. Do I think the XFL will do better than the AAF? Depends what you're grading them on. I think it'll last longer. The Alliance lasted a couple months. I'm actually really disappointed I didn't get to a game because I took a trip to San Diego. Literally, I flew in the day after they had a game. And it turns out the Alliance is so, short-lived that there weren't many games to get around to. But had I gotten there a day earlier, or 2 days earlier, I could have definitely gone. And they were playing, I think, my Alliance team down there. Can't even remember their name right now, though. Touch pass. There we go. Floated over everybody nicely like that. It was San Antonio, though, whatever their team was. Did the Alliance gear ever go on, like, clearance? Like, they gotta get rid of some of that stuff still, right? Maybe I'm late to the party. But I liked a lot of their gear. Like, they seem to have a lot of things in place. They were on real TV networks with broadcasters, and it was like a legit product. And then it just didn't exist anymore because they were hemorrhaging money. They should get Tony Romo as a commentator so he can just say RPO every other play. Yeah, I wouldn't be too mad at that. I love, what? What happened? No! I couldn't. I had the turning radius of a dump truck there trying to turn around. Quan, thank you for the super chat. When do you think your first sliders will come out? Hard to say, but I'll be taking a look at that stuff in a couple weeks. So, you know, it really depends on a lot of things. Why are you both passing him off? You think Luck's gonna block him? But yeah, look at me try to turn around here. That was hard. I couldn't.
Yeah, baby. We got it. We got it. That 180. Heavy, heavy.
Play action here with Roethlisberger. Will he go deep to Juju? He'll step up and look outside and get picked. I like that idea myself. Manti Te'o. He's in Indianapolis. Forgot about that.
50. You.
Who wants to see some RPOs now? There it is. Bubble Y pop. We got a bubble on the right. Or Ebron down the middle. Or Hilton. Vertical or curl. Or we run it. There's a lot of stuff here. Was I not out of the pocket? That was my third time ever running that play, by the way. I just love the concept of it. Oh, this is a different one. My bad. I wanted to call the same thing. And there's different types of RPO. There are peaks, alerts, reads, and there's one more. They're all kind of run a little bit differently. So you'll want to probably get in Skills Trainer to at least get a feel for them all. Do I think Mahomes will repeat as MVP? No. I would put my money every single year on no repeat at MVP just because it's tough. I think there will be some sort of regression there in terms of the numbers just because like he did historic stuff last year. But I still expect him to have a very good season. It's not like extra film on Mahomes is going to do a whole lot when he plays at such a high level. We got 2 decades worth of film on Brady. That don't matter. I think this is Luck's year. I think it's Luck's year too. Not necessarily MVP. But if you want a hot take or something, how about Colts in the AFC title game? Have the playbooks been updated more than just adding RPOs? You know, I haven't like gotten deep into them, but that was something they talked about in the offseason, making like formations and stuff like that match up more with what teams actually do. You got to keep in mind here, I didn't play a lot on Madden 19. I had a quarterback series, and then I did slider testing, and then like for the last 6 months, I've just been watching games mostly. CPU, and I have my own playbook there. But yeah, the RPOs are a nice touch, and they added RPOs for teams that actually run them. Not everybody wants to, and some teams only run a couple types. That last game with the Bills, they only had a handful of RPOs, and a lot of them were like the same play. Here's one RPO. I'll throw the screen. It requires some blocking. I want to call each one of these to see which ones you can count on. Let's keep Hines in to protect here. 3rd down and 9. They're going to bring pressure. That's fine by me. T.Y. Ooh. Don't look. Don't look. I was just trying to call a responsible play and throw it short. Mike Hilton's got different plans. I want to see that again. Yeah, I threw it late. Right now. And maybe. Oh yeah, now you got some good use of the emojis. There you go. I bet Cam Newton is OP. I've played one game with him. And like the increased acceleration or whatever, leaving the pocket that he's got makes him feel so fast. Yeah, he's really good. I have not played yet with Lamar Jackson. I'm guessing that's a lot of fun. Maybe I'll do a Lamar Jackson Ravens game after this. I haven't used Kyler Murray. I think I usually play with better teams off the bat just because I want to see like the highest rated players and the quarterbacks, especially that are high rated. How do they perform? New member. Welcome, Davrin. Thank you. Oh, that was a juke. The moves definitely don't have the same long drawn out animations. Like, it's so strange how the jukes and spins were effective, yet they moved so slow, really. All right, we have 36 seconds here. And luck to the sideline. He's out of bounds. Right idea, though. I don't know if I'll play NHL. I don't know if I'll have the time. Come on. Got him there. Come on, T.Y. Come on. Get out of here with that juke. Getting the second half underway now, and we'll start at our 20-yard line. How am I liking the game so far? I mean, there are things I like, but overall, like, I'm disappointed in a lot of these games that I've played. I'd like to see the CPU offer a bit more of a challenge and just show a bit more intelligence, I guess. On the offensive side, mostly. Like, there are a lot of gameplay improvements. A lot of them that I like. But I'm really going to have to start editing some sliders to get the CPU to play in a way where I'm happy with it. That was a nice throw, wasn't it? What is Default All Pro? This is Default All Pro. This is a difficulty that should be the most ratings-based experience the game can offer, making the players matter the most. Here's an example of a peek. This is basically me reading the, I'm basically reading the linebacker on this play. It's going to be inside zone, or, you know, this linebacker is going to come through and tackle Hines if I do that. So, because I know he won't be playing the pass, he's already committed to the run, I can throw it instead and know I don't have him to worry about when it comes to the slant. But what's cool here from the defense's perspective is that their safety actually plays this pretty well. He's just a half step late. What's that coverage? Oh, wow, really? Not a bad read by that safety. So sliders are all at 50, you mean? Yep. Yep, default 50s. Give me that. I'm not seeing the all Madden difficulty be as like CPU biased as it has been in the past. That's a nice positive. There we go. And now here in the red zone, I think it's a great time to break out RPO. Play type. All right, so we could sweep it to Marlon Mack, or we could throw it to Funchess, or even Hilton if I want to. Ooh. They defended that quite well. Let's try this one. Oh, come on! I ran the play perfectly. But there have been a lot of fumbles here. I don't think, from what I have seen yet, that I'd say it's too many fumbles. It's more than we're used to, but there weren't enough before. How does the RPO work? Well, there are a few different ones, but the basic idea is that you're giving yourself the option on a given play to either run it or pass it. The offensive line, either entirely or one side of it, will be run blocking in the anticipation that you'll hand the ball off, or you can throw it. And you're usually reading a specific defensive player. Maybe it is after the snap you want to see how somebody reacts, or it's pre-snap and there is a certain strength or weakness to a given player just based on alignment or a numbers advantage. So it's just a way of not having to commit yourself to just one idea. You could either run the ball or pass the ball, but you have to know how it's going to be ran, or you could end up with a penalty like an eligible man downfield. That's the issue with your offensive line run blocking, is the whole goal is to get downfield, but you can't do that in the air because it's illegal. I have not paid attention to the top 100. No, I know better. Well, I guess I've seen a couple things. Diggs at 74. Sure. Sure. All because the Vikings weren't a playoff team. Just saying. That was close. Are there a lot of turnovers overall? I mean, I wouldn't say that it's like too turnover heavy. If anything, it's too interception heavy, not too fumble heavy, from what I've seen. I haven't had a game where I've like fumbled 3 times or whatever. See here, I did it incorrectly. It looks like a really cool touchdown, possibly, but I waited too long, and my blockers were downfield. Yeah, 96 questions with B-Rob was awesome. The Vikings have a lot of good shows on their website. Maybe I'll try some different things here. And you can still, it's looking like I can hot route, but maybe I can't. Imagine hot routing for RPOs. Ooh. If I caught that, though, that would have been nice. All right, so I'm going to go away from that RPO for now. I think I've said RPO more in this stream than I have my entire life. There's some touch. Oh, that was a bullet pass, actually, with a face mask. Do I think my hitting struggles are more user-based, or have they made hitting too difficult? Honestly, I think it's mostly on my end. They've made changes, and I've had trouble like adapting to them, but I did figure out one thing I was doing wrong before, and I made a lot better swings in that game 163. I might not have scored a ton, but I definitely had good swings. And that's all I care about. The results will come if I make good swings. I just need to make more of them. And I figured out one thing I was doing wrong that was making me very late in reading the pitch. And I fixed it. See here, this is an RPO. I could run it, or I could throw the quick screen to Hilton, but there's really not a reason to unless I think he'll break the tackle. Maybe if it's like Mike Evans out there, I would consider it, but probably not going to work. So for Super Mega Baseball 2, I have taken some time to think about what I wanted to do next, but obviously it's been a pretty busy year for me and I haven't really had the time to do everything I've wanted to do. I don't know that I'll get around to it anytime soon, especially with some stuff upcoming I'll talk about later another time as it's more relevant, but I do intend to bring it back at some point. And it'll probably be with a new team. I don't really think there's a whole lot more for me to accomplish with the one that I was currently playing with. So outside of that long Tariq Cohen run I had against me in my first game played, the running game for the CPU has been pretty weak. Mostly it's just, you know, they can't break a bunch of tackles and everything like that, and I think it's just mostly blocking balance. The running back AI is quite good. Oh, come on. Nice broken tackle animation for Samuels. Tough to bring down.
go, here we go. Black 20. So don't say nothing. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist.
We'll bring 5 here at Ben. There we go, much better stop.
Here we go, here we go.
I don't know when I'm dropping franchise. I do intend to record like a video showing like a year in franchise and how everything looks and look for any differences I can find. But as far as like a new franchise series, we're still going to be waiting for a little bit, not too long for my rebuild franchise. And then hopefully I can get something else going too. There's Switzer getting open.
Let's go, boys, bring it up. Now, Black 80. Blue there, blue there. Black 80. Let's go. Last stop. Last stop. Ready? Black 20. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Black 20. Go, go, run, run, run. Good work, boys. Let's go, let's go.
They're having some rushing success here. I didn't even notice the clock.
I got it. Shoot. Watch
Call a timeout after this play. If they don't score, Connor didn't appear to be sprinting there. I may do a fantasy draft franchise. We'll see. Maybe I'll find some like temporary sliders that can make it fun.
check, 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 check.
All right, so the Steelers run it into the end zone after all, and we're left with just over 20 seconds. Under 20 seconds, actually. Yeah, the CPU gameplay was really fun. That game that I have on my second channel with the Browns and the who did I play with? It was Browns and who? Can't even remember now. It was really good. It was really fun. Like, there were still some things I didn't like in it, but the game was really fun. Yeah, 49ers. I don't know how I couldn't remember that. I couldn't think of a player on the opposing team that I could remember. All good. 13 seconds left. What am I going to do? I'm throwing a touch pass. And I got it with Chester Rogers. And then what am I going to do? What am I going to do next? What's next, everybody? Pump fake TY and throw it deep to TY right here for the tie. Oh my, picked off. Joe Hayden. I gotta see that again. Did he actually react to my pump? Because I threw one. I don't think he really cared too much. He was kind of drifting here to the inside, which is kind of awkward. Like, that's a technique I don't understand. But he recovered. Hey, that's out of bounds. I should get one more play. One more play. Come on. They're going to call that inbounds. Yeah, I'd love more control like 2K, whether it be for their sliders or the league rule changes. Like, imagine creating an 18-game schedule here if that's what you want. Or maybe making the preseason just 2 weeks. Imagine that kind of control. All right, I want to see how OP Lamar Jackson is. Frustrated receiver. Oh, we're going against New England. This is a perfect matchup. Thoughts on Mike Daniels to the Lions? It's just good depth. They already had an intriguing defensive line, and they added Flowers this year. So, yeah, they're going to be pretty solid up front. You got to be. If you want to compete in a division with Aaron Rodgers and Kirk Cousins. Here's a squib kick, by the way. Those are about the same, right? Not bad. How do you think the Vikings O-line will do this year? Hoping they are closer to average. And I think they can be. Brian O'Neill showed some potential. Reef is normally average. Bradbury should be a nice addition. And the guard play should be a lot better. So I'm at least somewhat hopeful that it'll be average. Not any better than that, though. Yep, kick return AI is a ton better. It's just the ball carrier AI overall. Ooh. That was actually a throwaway. Huh. According to the prompt there. I noticed they actually beat my cover 3 on that first play. Forcing me to change already. All right. Extra rusher coming. 3rd and 4. Touchdown. Patriots score quickly. I'm not sure if my franchise would be all pro or all Madden. I hope all pro. I'd be happy if it was. Can I check out some re-signings? Oh yeah, there are some big contracts during season. Let me check that after this game. Remind me if I don't remember on my own. The quarterback contracts are big, by the way. Big signing bonuses. Ooh. Tell me this is not a fun-looking play. Got some motion. And we're going to go play action. Roll right. Wow, he's fast. But guess what? Whoa! That went so far. Oh, man. Thank you for the super chat, Vet. You should help my Buccaneers this year in your rebuild. You know, there are a lot of teams I'm considering, and I've talked about the Bucs a lot the last couple of years, so we'll see what happens. I always pay attention to what they do. You know, mainly I'm looking for 2 teams. A rebuild team and a traditional franchise team. I hope I can do both this year. I really want to. Thoughts on Melvin Gordon holding out on contract? I don't think his holdout is going to work. Did you see how fast he is? That initial burst out of the pocket. I need y'all to take a look at this again. Full speed. Half speed. What do you do to stop that? What's your plan? Tell me, what is your plan?
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Okay, that time, you got to hit him quick. What about Zeke's holdout? That one has a better chance of working. I like Melvin Gordon a lot, but I mean, running backs just don't have leverage. Ooh, how about those little jukes? I like that I'm not just like maintaining full speed while doing some of these moves. Like, that looks a lot better. It's another area where the game has gotten improved. One more look. Nice catch first off. And then just subtle juke. Doesn't have to be a huge move. And then, boom. Against his own momentum. Looks a lot better. I hope we do another franchise. I've been rewatching every franchise you have. I ran out of content. I want to deliver for you. Third down. Watch this. Oh, no! I was going to float it over him. It was going to be amazing. Famous last words. Watch this. Come on. There was no one left to cover him. Wait a minute. Oh, he reacted to the throw. He was blitzing. We watched it. Now I wish you hadn't. Thank you all for all the super chats and the new members, everybody. I do appreciate that. Nice throw, Brady. First quarterback I've seen in this game that can beat cover 3 like that. It shouldn't take a 99 overall, though. Just saying. I'm making sure I didn't miss any of those chats. Ooh. I didn't know that they put this in this menu. Very nice. How was the Dolphins and Jets game? So close? Devontae Parker had a big touchdown. That's really all I can say. Brady's in the zone. I gotta sack him somehow. Second and goal. Oh no. Touchdown. Brady is the first quarterback in this game that I feared. That I feel like I can't just run my standard coverage against. How does pro reads work for the AI? That's a wonderful question. Maybe it speeds up the time in which they can identify the receiver themselves. Because pro reads is the ability that makes it so the player's icon who is open first will highlight, so it can kind of hold your hand a little bit if you are controlling that quarterback. I got it a couple times, but I didn't think it was all that useful. Just the icon flashes a different color. See ya, gotta go. I'm busy. Lamar Jackson. Super Mega Baseball 2, that'll be coming back. It's still to be determined, but I do intend to bring it back. I don't know if it's going to be anytime soon. I got a lot of stuff upcoming, and I don't want to start it until I can really commit to it. But check that out. Got the juke in there. The juke was smooth, for sure. Who do I think the Twins will pick up at the deadline? Wouldn't shock me if it's the less intriguing options. I love Kirby Yates. Not sure if that's going to happen. Saw they were interested in Sergio Romo. I love a starter and a reliever. But the Giants, are playing better, so they're probably not as looking to deal Bumgarner or Will Smith. That sucks. So I don't know if they got the guts to make like a Syndergaard move. That'd be fun. Ken Giles, sure, that'd be nice. All right, I can't sit in cover 3. Can't do it. Question below. What do you mean, Eric? What's the plan for stopping Brady here? First of all, he's in the zone. I gotta fix that. I have to sack Brady, which means I need to get pressure, and that probably means blitz on all Madden here. Did the quarterback pocket awareness issue you noticed get fixed in this year's game? It looks a little different. So if you didn't see earlier, there were some plays where quarterbacks would just like take a couple steps back, but they do that over and over again. So it ended up being like 8 steps back, and then they'd be sacked for a safety. That happened in one of the previous games. I'm getting shredded now. I was just holding L1 here too for coverage, so my user player should have been there to make this play, but he was late. Doesn't identify that receiver till it's too late. Man, Brady is cold-blooded in this game. Is Mitchell Trubisky good? He's aight. My favorite NFL team is the Minnesota Vikings. Although after a losing season, I usually act pretty negative towards the team in general.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
So guys, I'm down a lot. Who still believes in me? What's Lamar's speed rating at? I'll check. Lamar's is 95. That's some serious wheels. I don't know if he would have gotten an upgrade this season that could have increased his speed, but very, very fast. No sliders. This is default all Madden at the moment, and Brady is terrifying to play against. I wanted to lateral it. That's not how you lateral. That's how you drop the ball. Brady, still in the zone. We gotta sack him. It's the only way. I'm trying to show some advanced Madden tactics, but none are working. Press coverage. I'm actually usering now. I really want to get this play made. Oh, he's good. Brady's too good. But how about that? There's true separation between Brady and everybody else. But he does some things that I'd like to see from other quarterbacks as well. There. I got there in a hurry. Got to take him out of the zone somehow. So Brady no longer in the zone. And, oh. So close. How has gameplay been? Overall, it's a lot better. It's just sometimes the CPU AI doesn't allow it to shine as much. But I think it's improved. That's unfortunate. I might not play this whole game through because I'm kind of getting what I wanted from it in terms of seeing Brady and also running the ball with Lamar Jackson, which I'll do one more drive. The last game was a lot easier. The Patriots feel like a boss level. Yeah, I do think Bradbury is going to be really good in his first season. I got high hopes. Oh, I could have really used the block. I could have really used that block, Snead. Please. All right, I have not seen this play yet. This will be a touch pass. It's kind of a jet sweep, but it's a pass play. Oh man, I had a lane. Wentz or Dak Kane? Jonathan, if you guarantee me like 10 years of them staying healthy, then I'd take Wentz. But I do think Dak's gotten a lot better. And I think with another year, with better talent around him, what was that? Could have another really good season. Like when he's had to play in big moments, I think Dak's done quite well. I still think though he's a little bit off. But I like him. Give me that. I'm on the move. Gonna get some points here, I'm hoping. Brandon Warren for QB1. A lot of people said that, but where would I put Brandon Warren and have it make sense? I have to put him on another college. That's tight coverage. Texas Tech. What would be the story there? Brandon Warren granted an extra year of eligibility, but it can't be in Kalispell. Touch pass. Oh! That was cool. Touch passes feel nice. One more time. Clearly in bounds, right? He was actually out of bounds. Oh. So now they challenge stuff. I lost 12 yards there. Hollywood Brown one more time. Oh, he's got it. That was nice. Touchdown. I tried a couple pump fakes here too. Just too fast. Tell me, you can run power option with Lamar Jackson, but the problem is how do you keep him from not outrunning the running back behind him? Got it.
I'm gonna hit you all day, baby.
I want to try an onside kick. I don't think they've changed. That should confirm it. Why did you throw the pick with Jamari Akinjide? Well, it was a bad pass. Let's just say that. But I wouldn't mind doing more streams, you know, just to continue getting some play time here on the game and to chat with you guys and test stuff out, not take it too seriously. So, what would you like to see? Would you like to see me just play more games like this, live streaming like next week and stuff like that? Would you rather see like a fantasy franchise? Because I'd like to just experiment and mess around with stuff and hang out with you. So I'd just like to know what you want to see. Nope, Madden 20 isn't out in stores yet. This is EA Access, Early Access. And that comes with 10 hours of playtime, which I'm probably down to about 3 and change now. Will I have enough trial time? Well, I can always get the Xbox trial. So, I mean, 10 hours to do a fantasy franchise if I sim some games, possibly. I want to make sure I leave at least enough time on this trial for another stream. I had just over 5 hours before going live. And I didn't set up menus or anything because I knew it would eat up time, so I didn't open up the app until like 5 minutes ahead of the stream starting. So I should be at over 3. And I'm probably going to need some of that to make a video, but I think I'll still have enough for a live stream. Is there unlimited playtime on PC? Is that like the Origin Access benefit? How does that work? I think Origin Access stuff works a little bit differently. Going for it here. Can I stream every week during the football season to talk football? I would like to do that. Especially for like fantasy stuff. Like I play a lot of fantasy football. I play weekly fantasy football. I play daily fantasy football. And I love talking about it. Love doing the research and everything. Hall of Fame game between Broncos and Falcons on Thursday? For sure. For sure. I personally think they should go to a 2-week preseason schedule. 1 game for the starters, 1 game for the backups. Because like the first week is so pointless. And the second week is also kind of pointless. I like the last 2 weeks of preseason. Because starters play 3 quarters or a couple quarters at least. And then you get the backups and the final roster battles in week 4. The Hall of Fame game is a 5th game for some teams. 5 preseason games, 5 practice games for 16 real ones. A little overkill there. Is Jarvis Landry a top 10 receiver? I don't believe so. Brady has not thrown an incompletion. Undrafted guys need a chance to make the team. 2 is too short. Well, how about 3? 1 for the starters. Or like the starters can play a total of 4 quarters, and the backups would get 8. Or how about this compromise? If you want 4 weeks of preseason, how about we increase the roster size by 2? If you want all these extra games, let's make it useful so more players can make the roster. Cutting down from 90 to 53 is tough. 63 including practice squads. So you're ending up cutting 27 guys, basically, per team that will not be on a roster or a practice squad. That's a lot of guys. And some of them are still kind of good and just need a little extra time. I still would think very highly of Aaron Rodgers. I know that the play has gone down recently, but I still think that, especially with like just how smart he is pre-snap and I don't know, just the way he can process everything, and his risk management as a quarterback is top notch. Like there's no way Rodgers is out of the top 5. Not a chance. I mean, if you got a chance to buy low on Rodgers this year in any way, even if it's just opinion, take it. Rodgers is fine. Yeah, I love the RPOs. I'm a really big fan of how they've been implemented, and I already see them incorporating pretty heavily into my play style. Oh, man, I was trying to make my own RPO there with Lamar Jackson. All right, I want to sim to the end of this one. I might play a little bit more. It's been a good time here. I have just been simming most of these games and playing a different game with each team, so I don't really have a record with my franchise. I think I've won most of the games I've played, or maybe it's 50-50. If I played the Patriots each time, probably wouldn't do too well. Sleeper for next season? A sleeper for next season. One that I actually like. I can't say the Chargers anymore. They woke up, so they're not sleeping anymore. I know I had a good one before. I forgot who I said. Who was the team that I mentioned prior? In a different stream. I had a good one. Yeah, I think Jimmy G's a little overrated. He doesn't have very much experience. And I don't think that the experience he's had has been like, you know, the most impressive play. There have been some good things, like he's pretty accurate, he's smart, but I don't think that he's even proven to be a reliable franchise quarterback yet, but he could get there. Yeah, Cousins is not overrated because everybody hates him. I still got a few hours left out of my 10. Ooh, we got a good one here. Got a good one. You guys want to see me go back to All Pro or stay with All Madden? How's it going, Mike? Welcome to the stream. All Pro, All Madden, stay All Pro. So we're split. Madden, Madden. All right, I think they're going to want to see All Madden. I'd like to get my hands on an early All-Pro set, though, just to get a little bit better gameplay for when I want to stream a little bit more. Like, I haven't completed the ones in the past because I just wasn't having that much fun on default settings. So I'll try to get at least, like, a dummy set here and maybe do, like, a fantasy franchise. I'll sim, like, half the games and maybe play out a season. Yeah, you're timed on the early access here. You get 10 hours of playtime, and that includes like rest mode, pausing, main menu. So if you're not playing, get out. Are Lions a sleeper? I mean, yeah. They're not a horrible team. They're in a bad division for them. Like 6 games against those teams, that's a gauntlet. If they were in the AFC South, things would be a little bit different, but they're not. The Lions have a pretty good team, though. They have a lot of talent. I like the attempt there. So they got a few different X factors on their team. Michael Thomas, Drew Brees, Alvin Kamara. Do you think that Madden is better this year? In a lot of ways it is. A lot of the areas where the game lacks aren't necessarily worse than the past. They're just not better. There's some touch on a throw to Michael Thomas. Like, I'm not really concerned about me having a good time in the rebuild franchise because I had a great time on Madden 19 with it. I just want to see if I can get back to a normal franchise and get into that mode again and give you guys a really good series because I miss it. I know a lot of you do too. And, you know, I've had some, you know, lofty expectations for what I want to get done. Be able to give you guys a bigger series, a longer series, and have more fun with it. And getting a taste of it on my rebuild franchise on my second channel is awesome, and I love that series. But it's like I'd also want the traditional one alongside it. And that would make it easier for me to say, okay, maybe Kalispell has run its course, and I can give more focus to a franchise on Madden again. Ooh, got it there. Yeah, the off-season streams, definitely miss those. Always fun. Everything's covered up, for the most part.
Ready. 95-56, 95-56.
Ooh, Kamara got free here. So don't expect any team reveals or anything for a while. I still have to decide if I'm doing a franchise on this channel. But The team will be revealed when it's revealed for the rebuild franchise, and then we'll go from there.
45, 45.
I'm obviously not doing the rebuild franchise until I have unlimited playtime ability. No good. Is there a delay? In terms of, well, in terms of me starting the team for the franchise or announcing it, like I'm just waiting for to have unlimited access with the game. Right now I'm just playing. Like I've only played the game for 5 hours. So I'm just trying to get, you know, some time with it, some early content up with it, and then go from there. Oh, breeze. Oh, breeze. I'm going down because I'd rather run plays. Damon, thank you for the super chat. Should I use Bills or Bengals for franchise mode? I mean, as it always is, they're fun for different reasons. The Bengals, obviously, you'd look at making the most of whatever time you have left with A.J. Green and then probably getting a new quarterback. And with the Bills, you're still developing Josh Allen. They have to get some receiver help still. To me, I think I'd be more interested in the Bengals, but it all depends what kind of a challenge you're looking for and what do you like to deal with in terms of a challenge. If you're the Bengals, too, you're playing against the newly revamped Browns twice a year, the Steelers, and the Ravens. It's a more interesting division to be up against, whereas the AFC East has, obviously, the Patriots. Maybe taking them down is interesting to you, but they also have teams that are very young at quarterback and trying to figure it out around them. So the Bengals would give you more of a challenge early from an overall division perspective. They just wouldn't have the big dog. Ooh, I could have gone to Julio.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again. Ready? 25. Settles the mic. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Upfield with Julio Jones, but Marcus... I always get them confused here. I'm drawing a blank right now. Marcus Lattimore, Marshawn Lattimore. It's baseball season. Give me a break.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Ready. Yellow lady. Yellow lady. 1, 2. Jam. 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 Right back. Right back.
Should I use the Lions or Titans and show contracts? Thank you for the super chat. I need to show the contracts. Let me write it down.
5-9.
Just the word contract and hope I see it. I'll show you guys some deals, some transactions, and we'll take a look at if they're quality or not. Where's the coverage? Not there. I'm probably not going to play the entire game unless it's like really close, really tight.
Go. Let's go. Ready. Yellow lady. Yellow lady.
Oh, but to answer your question, any chance I play some FIFA? I mean, I'd like to, but probably not. But Lions or Titans? I'd say the Lions because while they are talented and they'd have some fun players for you off the bat, like that division is so tough. It's not enough to have a good roster. You have to be better. I think that's a trap people fall into logically in the offseason. They look at how their team got better and they don't realize, they don't remember that it doesn't matter how much better you got. It matters how much better you are than other teams. Like, yeah, you might have a quarterback and a couple good young receivers and a couple things you like, but are you better than other teams? Are you better than most teams in your conference? Because guess what? Every team's got a Pro Bowler or two. A Pro Bowler that, or someone that could potentially be in the Pro Bowler. Every team's got a little bit of positivity. Everybody this year thinks their team is either going 7-9 or better. And 10 of you are wrong. 10 fan clubs are wrong. Anything else going on the channels after this? Ooh, I need to get this play off. I may have something for the second channel ready. Nope. Lattimore picked it off. Trying that double move, pump fake. It didn't work. But nothing in terms of series yet. I'll be recording Kalispell later on is all. Not me. I know my team will suck. Yeah, there are a couple teams usually where it's like, all right, we're going to be the #1 pick. In this year, I'd say it's like the Giants. And probably the Dolphins. Like, obviously, new quarterback situation. Got a lot to figure out. You're just hoping for, hopefully, a good step forward from Rosen. I remember thinking the Vikings were solid the year before they went 3-13. It was the worst record in team history. I've been down that road. Goodbye. Ooh. Ito Smith got some burst. This game's going by pretty quickly, isn't that? I like this. 3rd and 1, you call a power run, but if you don't like it, you can throw it. In this case, though, I'm running. And I'm getting it. I've been streaming now for 2 hours. Any chance NFL 2K comes back? I don't know. It's been 2 decades. Or whatever it's been. 2K5 to 2K19. Okay, it's been like 15 years. Give me that. Catch and run. Ooh, he caught up again. I keep thinking I have a good step. Let me see how they're closing the gap here. I have not completed as many downfield passes this year as I would have thought going into it. So I had them by a bit here. They do kind of get locked into an animation here. Doesn't look horrible. But I thought, you know, in this sequence, I'd like to have him beat. A draft out of a hat series again, maybe. Sometimes I try to think of something fun to switch it up, and that's what I was doing last year with the MrHurriicane challenge. That never actually happened. It'll be a minor footnote now. Man, I was so excited to get that Sacramento minor series going. I don't think I'll forget like the 3-4 hours I spent like building the team and everything because I thought I had a slider set that was perfect. I was having the time of my life making that. And then the patch. We don't talk about the patch here.
That's it, baby.
Kane throws at least 5 interceptions every season just by heaving it deep for the fun of it. Sometimes you just gotta go deep. Although I think that trends would show some minor improvement in that area. I seem quite tired. I'm not tired. I definitely look tired because that's my default look, but I'm not tired. I mean, I've been up for like 12 hours or whatever, but I'm good. I guess it is like the back end of my day here. I still got some time in me though. Yeah, this is a test franchise. I'm just playing around, not taking it too seriously. The analytics say no to that, Kane. Well, I'm going to make my own analytic then that favors me. All right, cover 2. Don't let him get it. 3rd and 13. Breeze. He's going to actually go deep with it. And it's knocked away from Ted Ginn. I like seeing him at least attempt that, though. So yeah, I probably won't have any more videos coming out tonight. I will have the member stream tomorrow. Channel member stream, 2 o'clock Central Time. And then I'll be working on Kalispell as well, hoping to get that up this weekend. It'll be up this weekend. I'm just not sure Saturday or Sunday yet. And then next week, I hope to do a lot more streaming. I know that the 30th is not far away, so I know I'll be able to do unlimited playtime here before too long. I might need another 10-hour trial, though, to hold me over. Is it worth the $60? You know, it all depends on the experience you're looking for. Like, I totally understand if it's not. It's definitely not for everybody, though, depending on, you know, are you going to play against the CPU most of the time? Because sometimes gameplay's rough around the edges and tough to get just right. Is it worth the frustration? Are there other games that you like to play? Do you normally play Madden and then just dump it for a different game? Like Call of Duty or something like that? RPO. My favorite trend of the NFL is going to be announcers incorrectly calling plays RPOs. When it's just like play action, pass blocking, forming a pocket. There's an RPO. Face of the franchise and franchise mode. Well, face of the franchise, from what I've seen, it's kind of cool, but it's such a small experience before you get to the NFL. It's hardly worth even mentioning because it's not the whole mode that's like cutscenes and all this stuff. Like, I think that it's a cool idea, and what they created for it is probably really interesting, at least, playing through the college football playoff and the combine and getting drafted. But after that, it's just so standard that it's like, why bother? There we go.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Thank you for the super chat. I don't even know how to begin pronouncing that name. 13. I usually play Madden year-round, but last year I had to stop as a significant upgrade. I think there are some areas that are a lot better. Franchise did not receive a significant upgrade. As I've talked about, player movement is smoother. I actually think a lot of things with blocking are better. And I think that with sliders, there'd be a lot to like. But until I can see it for myself, I'm not going to say that it's massively improved. Get rid of the ball. Yeah, Face of the Franchise is a very casual, back-of-the-box type of deal. Typical EA stuff. They love things they can market heavily. Uh-oh, that's trouble, but thankfully I threw it up in the air. What is Jacques spelled backwards? Jacques backwards. Thank you for the super chat. Oh yeah, they got Tavecchio at kicker, don't they? You could say Face of the Franchise was a long shot. Yes, you could. I appreciate that joke.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Do I know how to turn auto updates off? Yeah, it's a system setting. So when you turn off auto updates, you're turning it off for the whole console. That means that your Call of Duty patch or whatever, your online game of choice, not going to be automatically updated. So it's something I did for Madden back after everything went down, and I wanted to not get patches anymore without my approval, and there was a bad patch that I was able to avoid. But I had to also suffer with every other game I played not getting patched automatically. But what happens is that when you open an application on PlayStation, it will check for an update. And if there isn't one there, or if there is one available, it'll begin to download it. The difference is that it won't be looking for them until the app is opened. So when you have that setting turned off and you open Madden, you have to go to your notifications and cancel the download so you don't get the patch. That's how it works. Give me that. Who has the best throwing motion in Madden 20? Oh. Rodgers is pretty quick. I think Aaron Rodgers has my favorite I've seen thus far. Effortless.
Here we go.
Gotta keep them from scoring. A touchdown mainly. I have not played with or against Sam Darnold yet. I haven't played with or against many low-rated quarterbacks. Oh, out of bounds. Thoughts on Jimmy G? I think he's okay. I don't really have a high opinion yet. I just haven't seen enough. I think he has the potential to become the quarterback that people think he is now. But I think that a lot of the praise has been premature, and I think one thing that proved that was how, you know, he really looked lost at times against the Vikings last year in Week 1, one of the only games he played, and he threw 3 interceptions. Like, he needs more experience before anybody's really sure. No, I'm not on PC, I'm on PS4. I played some of 19 on PC, though. Kind of liked it. Being able to play with mods and stuff like that. So we're all tied up. So what do I do? We're not blitzing. Ooh. A lot of pass rush there. I'm not sure if I'll do career mode this year. I might stick to just franchises. until there's more new. Like, Face of the Franchise is cool, but it's still only the beginning of your experience. Don't pick it. Might be going to overtime here unless I hit a really big pass here.
Keep playing hard, fellas. All day. Let's ready, Blue 80. Blue 80. Check back 47. And let's get some penetration here. Get some penetration.
This is my idea of going for a big pass right now.
Safety's great.
Give me blocks. I got one more. There are some new Hail Mary plays, by the way. Shot safe clock. Goal post. I like this one. It gets everybody toward the center of the field. Wow. No blocking. All right, we'll play out overtime then. Initial thoughts on gameplay, smoother. It kind of made me want to play some user versus user, just because I want to see what happens when like the CPU isn't calling the shots. Because there are a lot of things I like, and I just want to see it in a more ideal environment. Like, I don't like playing against people all the time because you have to be on their schedule, or it's like Ultimate Team head-to-head stuff, which I don't care about anymore. But like, even for franchise, like just having to be on a schedule and then just handling all the inner workings of a franchise like that, it's just logistically very tough, especially when you want to make content around it. So basically by default, I like to play against the computer most of the time, and for a lot of games that works out fine. Like in the show, I never feel like I get less of an experience because I'm not playing against other people. But in Madden, it's like a very, very different game playing against the CPU. Oh, they threw a screen. How many picks have I thrown this stream? Like 4? Who's counting? Yeah, I saw that they allow you to move from challenge to challenge now in Ultimate Team. That's good. My idea for Ultimate Team was that they should have every solo challenge played in like the same stadium. I don't know if this is possible, but imagine if there was a more simplified stadium that you could load in, and then every challenge took place in that stadium, so you wouldn't always need to load into a new challenge. You could just go from the menu right to the game because the game could keep the stadium loaded in. I don't know if they'd be able to do that, but imagine that. Every game in the same stadium, but no loading. Looking for Jones! Oh, Julio Jones with a catch at midfield. But now they allow you to move from challenge to challenge, and that's really positive, for sure. Did you think Madden 19 was the worst Madden in a while? Yeah, in a lot of respects. AI and the CPU gameplay, mainly. Like, there are a lot of ways the game has improved dramatically since, like, you know, Madden 12, where I had a great time in franchise. You know, there are a lot of things that you wouldn't want to play without now. Like all the zones having their own techniques and not all being the same. Like, contracts are way better than they used to be. But at the end of the day, you want a fun, competitive game of football that keeps you focused on the game and not how it's playing. And 19 didn't do a good job of helping you take your attention off of just the quality of the game and not winning or losing. Can you delete Madden after the trial is over? I'm sure. I don't know what would be stopping you.
Ready, 25. Check, 47. Let's get 51, jump.
Just deleting off your hard drive. Gonna win the game the right way with a touchdown. Austin Hooper. There are a lot of good franchise teams in mind. Starting with the AFC East, you could have any team there but New England. In the AFC North, of course, the Bengals could use some help. Do you want to work on the Ravens with Lamar Jackson? AFC South, the Titans. Are you going to get them above middle of the pack status? In the West, the Raiders. Picks, Antonio Brown. Do you want Carr? The vaguest answer possible. I'm giving you some specifics. It's just, I know what you guys want. You want to know who I'm considering. When's the trial over? After you play 10 hours. So, depends player to player. These are the most sim passing numbers I've really gotten, though. A lot of sacks. So I need to check out contracts. About 2.5 hours, not bad. And I plan to do more of these streams next week. Whenever I have a chance, I'd like to do some streaming, and I'll try to get, you know, at least somewhat of a slider set in here so we can have maybe some fun with the fantasy franchise. But here are some of the deals that have been given out. 3 years, 10.3 here. Let's go by re-signings. Jatavis Brown, $26 million, 4 years. DJ Humphries, 2 years, 15.5. Looking for large deals, though. Four years, $20 million for Von Bell. Shaq Lawson got a nice little deal here. There's a big one. Jameis Winston. I'll go to Winston's contract and take a look at the guarantee breakdown. Dak got paid. Marcus Peters, 11 a year. So the deal for Winston, those are the cap numbers it creates year over year. That 2020 number isn't too bad. And the bonus was worth about 60. And for Dak, $43 million cap number later on. A signing bonus larger than the salary. So pretty heavy guarantees here to these quarterbacks. Let me go back to the Vikings here. I seem to not have certain options with these other teams. Maybe I turn some options off and the CPU handles them or something. But here would be the Vikings re-signing. Kyle Rudolph, 4 years. Trey Waynes, that'd be a bargain. B+ awareness. Not used to seeing awareness so often and so high. Okay, so that's a change I'm noticing right away at a variety of positions. This is elite. A- finesse moves, A- hit power. I'm seeing a lot more A's. That's a 2? A second rounder that has B+ finesse and B- block shed? Are you kidding me? That's top 5 in my book. Maybe the book has changed this year. How much longer? Not a ton. We're going to make some dinner here and wrap things up. Not in that order. A release, A- spec. Oh, wow. A 5th round talent? And a top 3 that, oh, speed rusher type, and we don't know his pass rush moves. By the way, it's showing all those letter grades as bad because with the Vikings here, I played a game with just their backups and never changed the lineup. So, yeah, it'll say everybody's not very good. And by the way, the background of these cards is related to their development. This bronzish is normal. Garrett Bradbury's here is hidden. I have to play 500 downs with him to unlock his potential and know for sure how high it is. I believe they did that with all rookies or something, didn't they? Like Herb Smith, I don't know. Drafted a hidden dev in the 7th round. That's pretty good. I don't normally come away with much in the 7th round. All right. Well, guys, that was a fun stream. Thank you for spending some time with me tonight. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I'll see you again with more content. I'll be streaming again. The channel member live stream will be tomorrow at 2 o'clock Central Time. I may be able to stream again this weekend normally. If not, next week we'll get around to it. I'll be streaming a lot in the beginning of Madden here, and like I said, I'll try to get a decent slider set going so that I can do maybe a fun little short fantasy franchise stream and we can just relax with that. But that is going to do it for today, everybody. Thank you, and I will see you all next time.